Hey there, friends. Nibs again. Out here at the range today, doing a little bit of goofing around. Got some really nice weather. Just had to get out here to the range and do a little bit of plinking. Absolutely awesome day. Got a little work done at the church. My hands are covered with tar, so got some work done at the church this morning and getting out and having a little bit of fun. So, what I have here today to show you guys is I haven't had this one out. It's been not too awful long since I've had this one out. I think it was probably last year. But this one is a really cool addition to the collection. Last week I brought out my 146, 146B, and that one is a T-bolt handle. This one is a Mossberg model 144, no letters after it, and it as well is a T-bolt handle. We're gonna shooting it here, not with iron sights today. I got a little pretty direct scope on there. I'll tell you about in a minute. This is a really cool. It's got a Lyman 17A globe on the front, which is right, and it's got a Mossberg S130 rear sight, hoop sight, no barrel sight were added to these, and so it's turned around. Bolt is open, mag is empty. There is that T-bolt. You can see right there. See a real good profile of it against my yellow shirt there. The main difference between this one and the 146BA is this one is a 7-round mag, where the 146BA is a tube feed and will hold a lot more rounds in the tube. What I have on here for a scope is a nice little Lyman All American 4X, nice little period correct scope. It is nice and clear. I can see my hits out at 50 yards where we're going to be shooting. Shooting 4X at 50 yards is a challenge, but I've been shooting iron sights, so I can't imagine it's going to be much more of a challenge. Let me have to stop and get another box of ammo. I didn't think about that. I got 20 rounds. That might get us. That'll get us done probably. Tested this gun with the CCI pistol match and it did okay. And then it was shooting pretty well. But I tested some Elay club in this, and it really I shot almost a one-hole group at 50 yards with this Elay club. So you guys know how I am on camera, but we're going to go ahead and give it a try anyway. There's 5 rounds. Really nice. One of the things to look out for with these, like kind of cone-shaped bolt on these 144s, 146s, is that piece on the back can actually unscrew. I think every time you lift it, it'll move out a little bit, and eventually that will loosen the firing pin spring enough where you'll get light strikes. And this one here, I had this problem with my 146BA a couple years ago, and somebody mentioned it on the channel, and sure enough, I turned it in probably 2 or 3 turns. This one the same way. It was probably about 2 turns out, and I did have, out of 2 or 3 mags I shot, I had 1 light strike. So I was just getting to the point where it was going to start the light strike. So I have my gong at 50. I have a splatter burst at 50. I have a couple of little special play toys we're going to shoot at. I'm also going to shoot out to the gong at 117 yards. And I did try that a couple times, and it's working really well. I lost my magnet that I usually use to hang my microphone on my shirt. So I do have my microphone clipped onto a pellet tin right here. So I hope the audio is okay. Maybe it's better. We'll see. Maybe that'll be a new thing, because it is kind of a pain to have it clipped onto your shirt. So, but let's go ahead and we'll start it off right. Always got to start it off right. My downrange camera is precariously close to that gong. Putting. let's do a group on the splatter burst. We'll just go right to the center. Not bad. Had it zeroed very well, so I'm suspecting it still should stay that way. Was shooting pretty high and a little bit left. All right, almost the same hole. So we do have, I think this thing is parallax for 100 yards because I can move my head and see a little bit of parallax error there. So keeping it tight though, that's nice. So this will be the last one for this group. There you go, look at that. I'm going to do one more group on the splatterburst, and then we'll save the last 10 rounds to do some plinking with. We got 15 rounds left in this box. I got a bunch of Elay Club at home and in the car, but I only brought one box in with me. If this is your first time watching the channel, I really appreciate it for starters, but I really do love these Mossberg 22s. I grew up shooting a 146 BA. It was my father's gun when he was a teenager, young kid and teenager, and then he had it all his life. And when I started getting old enough to actually shoot, that was the very first firearm that I ever shot, actual firearm. I had shot Daisy BB guns and Crossman 760s and stuff before that, but that was the first firearm I ever shot. So, and I can't tell you how many thousands of rounds during my teen years I shot through that Mossberg 146 BA, and just getting any of these out really brings back those old memories, which is really cool. But I do love taking that one out and shooting. I shoot it at least a couple times a year. All right, so let's go to 9 o'clock, I guess. They're shooting just a little. I could use one more click to the left. Well, I back to the left because I was shooting too far to the left and I made a zero adjustment. And although the crosshairs are very fine in this scope, with only 4x, that red dot that's at 9 o'clock is completely covered up by the crosshair. Oh, that one come up a little bit. So that's 3. I think I went to the same hole as the first two. That's 4. This will be 5. That's not bad at all. That's like probably 3/4 of an inch group. I'll capture both of those in a picture and do the sub on my way app with them and see what we did. But I think for any rifle at 50 yards, that's not horrible. And for a gun shooting with only a 4x, I like it. All right, so let's see if we can. I think I have the viewfinder of the camera positioned where I don't know how well it will resolve, even if we do capture it on film, but at least you'll be able to see that gong out there. It's like a 10-inch plate, I believe. Let's hit that a couple times, or try anyway. Ting! So I'm holding, my crosshairs is about 2 or 3 inches above the top of the plate. And it looks like I'm hitting just below center line of the plate. Oop, I see where that one hit. That one hit. Okay. So that one hit towards the top. Maybe the other ones were too. Maybe I'm coming up a little too high. There is a little 4-inch out there. It might be a fool's errand, but I'm going to try to hit it. No, I went right under it. I'm going to try one more. I may have to go get some more ammo out of the car. Ah. All right. So I had some plastic children's toys, and had them stored improperly, and some oil got spilled on them, so they're contaminated, so kids can't play with them anymore. And so now we're going to shoot them. So at 50 yards, I just have 3 of them set up for today. But so the first one on the left there is a little kitty cat. He's dead. I would never shoot a cat. I'm not really a cat person, but I'd never shoot a cat. Definitely more of a dog person. All right. So we got a couple of, I think, a sheep and a horse, maybe. I don't remember. I can't tell through the scope. So the yellow one in back is I believe, a sheep. Oh no, I knocked the horse down too. So let's see, we can hit the cat again. All right, let's hit the 50-yard gong one more time. These 22s ring that fire extinguisher gong really good. All right, I'm gonna go one more time out to 117. I can't really tell where I'm hitting on that one to give me a better. Oh, I do have one left. I'm gonna do the big gong again. I'm chicken. Should have brought my spray paint in and painted that thing so I could see where I'm hitting. But anyway, there you go. That's the Mossberg 144. I didn't say this before. I said this with my 146BA or B, that the significance of that T-bolt is that means that this one is a first year of production, 1949, for the 100 series model line. And I was thinking the only 100 series 22 rifle that didn't have grooves on it was probably the 144 US. Somebody said in another comment that they have a 142A that doesn't have scope grooves on it. I'm not saying that that's right or wrong. I would love to see a picture of that, because I've seen dozens of 142As and I've never seen one without scope grooves. Just that would be a an interesting thing to see for sure. But this one, so the 100 series product line was developed with the dovetail scope grooves. So this, normally I did have a 44 US, 44 US A, B, C, and D, and those did not have scope grooves, but most of them did have screws drilled and tapped for screw holes for a Mossberg style or a Weaver style side mount. But really cool rifle. I'm still looking for a Mossberg 142 MA, I think it is. Also it's a Mannlicher stock, but or maybe it's just 142M, 142M, but it would have a T-bolt as well. So it is a box magazine, Mannlicher stock, kind of military looking gun. That would round out my collection of T-bolt handles. There was 4 altogether. 142A, I actually have 2 of those. The 146B, which we saw last week, and then now the 144. So I really need that 142M to finish up that collection. So anyway, enough rambling. I hope you guys liked the video. Really getting close to 19,000 or 20,000 subscribers. And I am going to do a very big giveaway when we get to that 20,000 subscriber mark. I will be doing an announcement very soon to get that rolling. It won't be strictly for channel members or Patreon members. What I'll be doing is I will be doing a giveaway. This is not the giveaway announcement. I'm just letting you guys know it's coming to keep a lookout for it. But I will be doing a specific giveaway video in probably the next week or two, because I'm within less than a month I'll be hitting 20,000 at my current rate of growth. And all the comments on that video will be where I'll be choosing the winners from, and I'm going to give away some nice knives, some nice air guns, maybe a couple of scopes, definitely a bunch of t-shirts and a bunch of walnut and steel mugs, and we'll just have a great time with it. I really appreciate everybody tuning in and making my channel successful. Without you guys, I'd be talking to myself. So but anyway, hope you guys liked the video. Till next time, have a great day.